What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel where you subscribe for daily updates on Bitcoin. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. I'm going to show you what I'm looking for. Have we topped out? Could we have a big spike up to around the 14.2 to 14.3 range? We're going to talk about it. I'm going to show you what to watch out for. Let's get into the video. But before we do, don't forget we have a free Discord group. There is a link down below in the description. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community, and let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and your own research before investing or trading in any markets. Before we begin, I want to remind you we're doing a Ledger Nano S giveaway on Sunday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos, and smash that thumbs up button. Leave your comment below because I'll be picking a random comment from a random video throughout the week on Sunday. You'll be able to pick either the Ledger Nano S or $50 in Bitcoin, whatever you choose. Looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we're at 74. We raised 7 points from yesterday. We're still in the greed zone. Looking at the Dow Jones, this is what we've been talking about, and it does seem to be mirroring what happened on our last Black Swan event. I have been talking about expecting another Black Swan event. I still do. We may not see it begin until next week. Actually, I think it's already begun, in my opinion, but let's take a look at it. First, we'll start out over here and look at what happened last time. Once we broke the 200 EMA, we came up, wicked just above it, as you can see right here, and then we had this big drop which came all the way down on the RSI, made it look oversold, bounced back up, reset, and then really came down. We could be seeing the same thing over here, guys. As you can see, we broke the 200 EMA, wicked up above it, and right now we're dropping below. If we have a big drop today, we could get a reset next week right before the election, and that is why I think this is going to happen. I believe either way, whoever gets elected, it's going to be bad for the markets. There's either going to be civil unrest or just the votes go the wrong way. I do believe something's going to happen. It's going to affect the markets, and we are going to see a Black Swan event. Doesn't mean the election is the Black Swan event, not necessarily, but something will most likely happen in that time. If you guys have ever heard the saying, show me the charts, I'll tell you the news. This is how that works. As you can see, the EMAs are all crossing bearish right here. Let's keep an eye on the Dow Jones. 26,785 range is the 200 EMA. So that's an area to keep an eye on today. Looking at gold, as you guys know, I'm looking at this as a possible ABC correction, which would get gold down to about the 1804 range. So another area to definitely keep an eye on. As you can see right now, gold is getting rejected at the 8 EMA, which is 1890. Let's look at Prime XBT. If you guys are interested in trading where you can trade on margin, whether the market's going up or down, you still can make money. It is very dangerous. Be cautious. Always use stop losses. But I will leave a tutorial up top for Prime XBT. They are my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like all these other ones. And you can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow, all on one exchange and making as many trades in as many directions as you like without having to start a new account. It's one exchange does everything. So check it out if you haven't already. You can use my promo code Savy50 to get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin. Savy25 will get you 25% off of your trading fees. Even if you already have a Prime account, you could still use my promo codes. All right, let's look at DXY. As you can see, the dollar index, we have got support on the 55 EMA. It does look bullish. My first target is around the 200 EMA, which is around the 95.50 range. And if we look at this whole thing as a falling wedge, we have broken out of, could be up to the 102 range. Now, if it gets up in this area, I think that will be a good spot to long Bitcoin. We'll be keeping an eye on it. I'll keep you updated. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and smash that like button. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps the channel out, and I do appreciate it. All right, let's look at my wife's webpage, inkyorimage.com. Definitely check it out. She's got a lot of cool crypto stuff on there. It's a great way to help support the channel. She can put anything you want on any of this stuff. She also does glass pictures, but she can put absolutely anything you want on any of this stuff. So definitely check it out. If you have any questions, hit her up in the contact. And now we're going to look at Bitcoin. So question is, have we double topped here and we are going to continue down from here? That is a good possibility. But again, this is the weekend. We could see a pump, and I'll show you where I would expect that to be if it does happen. But first, let's look at the bodies of the candle. Higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence on the monthly. That's a pretty big deal. If we close the monthly above this high over here, which is right around 66.09. If we do close the monthly above that, that will erase the bearish divergence, and then we are going to have to take a different look at it. I will keep you guys updated. Let's look at the weekly. So looking at the bullish case in the weekly, if we look at this, the white trend lines as a symmetrical triangle, the measured move of that's around 27 to 28,000. A lot of people seem to think that's going to happen. I do not. And then we can look at this falling broadening wedge here in yellow. The measured move of that is around 16,000. I don't think we'll get that high either. I could be dead wrong. Definitely do your own due diligence. And don't trade off what anybody says on any channel or anything. Always do your own due diligence. You can watch other videos and stuff to help you with your decision, but don't rely on anybody to make the decision other than yourself. Price is rising. Volume is declining, and we've been talking about this forever, all the way back since probably November of last year, maybe December at the latest. The symmetrical triangle in the weekly RSI, and I've been talking about a close above this trend line could be bullish for Bitcoin. I believe we're going to close below it. It is at around 70.5, 70.4. A weekly close below that, I remain bearish in the macro. A weekly close above that, I will rethink everything and most likely become bullish at that point. But we do have to watch this RSI. The close is Sunday. What I think is happening here is, I'll put this up here as a ABCDE correction. And this, if this does happen, we close below this trend line, this is going to be life-changing opportunity down here, guys. This would be a spot to buy in. Do we come straight down and it happens right away? No. If it happens like I believe, it'll be the first or second quarter of next year will be the buy-in point. And that's if we close this weekly below this trend line. As long as we close below this, I remain bearish. Again, as long as we close weeklies below this RSI, I remain bearish. But what happens after this? If we do get down to retest this trend line, then we finally are in the real bull market. Now, if you guys notice, when the real bull markets come, it's the year after the election, not the year of. Pay attention to that stuff. A lot of people are giving people a lot of bad information, in my opinion. And I'm not telling you anything is for certain, but this is what I'm seeing, and I am letting you know. So this is what I think we could possibly see is a spike up to the, if we came up today and did the spike before the close tonight, would be the highest 14,250 range. Now, if it was to happen tomorrow, we could be looking at as high as 14,290-ish. And if it was Sunday, around the 14,300. And if it was next week, the longer it takes, the higher, we could go. But if we were to break above that, let's say today, we break the 14,250, then I would go bullish. any break of this trend line, this top trend line, I go bullish, especially if we retest it and get support. But if we were to break that today, which I don't see it happening, but if we were, the measured move would be around the $18,000 range. It doesn't mean we shoot straight up, that would obviously take time. But any break above this top trend line here, I get bullish. Until then, I'm still bearish. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see a spike up to here and then crash down. Now, if that is to happen, then you would be looking for support around the $10,005 to $10,600 range, depending on how quick we made it down here. That would also line up with the 200 EMA. If we did break that, then our measured move would be around the $6,600 range, right in that area. So that I am more expecting this range, but there is some major support. We're going to take a look at it in the next chart, right around 7,700, which also matches up with the golden pocket zone, as you can see right here. If we make it up to this 10,000 or 14,250. Now, another way to look at this is a rising wedge here, and a measured move of the breakdown from that gets us to, depending on where we were to break it, guys, around that 6,600 also. So that's two things really pointing at the 6,600, looking at it two different ways. Now, if we have topped out here, I'll give you the Fibonacci retracement levels if it already topped. And the first one being 11,500, which would be the 0.236 fib. And then we have 10,030 to 10,040 range, which is the 0.382 fib if that was to break. Then we'd be looking at the 8,850 range, which is the 0.5 fib. And then we have the golden pocket zone down here. If we have already topped out, guys, I will show you too what the retracement levels are if we have it and if we do hit that 14,250. But the golden pockets between 73.40 and 76.80. And that 7,700, this red trend line goes way across here, was major support and resistance many times in Bitcoin. So keep that number in mind. If that happens, we get a major bounce from here. That would just be a test of the golden pocket zone and continue up from there. But if that breaks, then our next target would be 6,600. And the next one after that is the 0.786 at 6,000. And then, of course, we do have a CME gap all the way down at 35.70. Do not discount that, guys. It could definitely get down there. It's not, I'm not saying it's going to, but if you're not aware and not taking that into consideration, then you probably shouldn't even be in the market if you just are thinking it goes no way but up. All right, now let's take a look at the Fibonacci retracements. If we do get up to this 14,250 range, first retracement level would be 11,780, which is the 0.236 fib. And then we have the 0.382 fib at 10,266. We have the 0.5 at 9,030. That was also a lot of support back here, a lot of resistance over here. Then we have, obviously, the golden pocket zone again, that 7,700 range. The golden pocket then would be between 7,460 and 7,800. Definitely possible, guys. If that does break, then we look again at our 6,600. If that was to break, 6,000 fib lies right around the 0.786. And then, of course, the CME gap all the way down here. All right, that's what I'm looking at, guys. So again, still could see a possible spike all the way up to the 14,250 range. Be aware of that if we have not already topped out here. Now, looking at it another way real quick in the 1 hour is just, I've made a trend line off of these wicks here. And then we have the longer one off these wicks here, and where they meet up is, and this is Coinbase chart, where they meet up is 14,170, 14,180 range. That will be an area to watch, so definitely keep your eye on it. Let's see what happens here today. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys stopping by. I hope you have a great weekend. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Smash that like button and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. I'm curious to see what everybody out there is looking at. And yeah, have a great weekend. I'm out.